Hi guys, it's Janet Wakeland with RemarkablyCreated.com here with another One Take Wonder video. Today we're going to revisit the Canon Selphy Printer, specifically the CP910. In the description of this video you will find a link to the original one that I did that talks about the setup and basically the basic features of this and the initial use of it. What we're going to talk today about is using this printer to create fun 4x4, 4x3 images as well as photo collages. And the reason why we want to do that is because we're wanting to take a look at Project Lifestyle scrapbooking. Project Life is a trademark style of scrapbooking that was designed by Becky Higgins, and Stampin Up has formed a partnership with Becky Higgins to bring you exclusive Stampin Up quality Project Life products. We're going to have, we do have our own journaling cards. We have beautiful stamps. We have amazing framelits that work with the Big Shot and are designed to cut 4x6 and 4x3 images right out, as well as some fun little embellishments. And the nice thing about the Stampin Up product line is that the colors coordinate across our entire line, and so the colors in the journaling cards and the accessories match our ribbons, our embellishments, our designer papers, our cardstocks, our inks, and things like that. So it makes for a very complete line. Project Life is what they call a pocket style scrapbooking, where you have page protectors that have dividers in them. Stampin Up's page protectors have 4x6, 4x4, and 4x3 openings, and they are either landscape or horizontal like this, and then you will also find some, and I bet I don't have any handy right in front of me. Let's see if there's even one that I did. But you will also find some then that are going to be vertical for you. I'm just starting to lay out a trip that we just recently took, so now I don't have the vertical ones in here yet. So, oh, there you go. There's one right here. So you'll have some of the vertical images as well. And so what's nice with the Canon Selphy is I can go ahead and I can print true 4x6 as you see here, but then there are times when I want a 4x4 on that 4x6 piece of paper. Or what I have discovered recently is the fun of making collages. This is actually two 4x3s, and there is a little white line here, so if I was to cut it, they'd be slightly smaller than 4x3. And I'll show you how to get rid of that white line if you want true 4x3s. But look at this. Isn't that fun? Look at the collages. This is going to allow you to have a lot more photos on your pages without adding more and more page protectors and weight to your album. So there's that. There's another collage. And again, I left the white lines in between because I knew I wasn't going to be cutting these apart. And I wanted the photos to show as three separate photos. You can also change the white to black, blue, brown, and I'll show you that. This here is not bad printing. I wanted you to see that. This is actually bad photography. The colors and the printing of the Selphy are absolutely amazing. And a little testimony real quick to the Selphy. Recently on our trip it was packed in the suitcase, and all four of our luggage pieces got soaked both inside and out. It's a long story and nobody's telling us how that happened. But in addition to the Selphy getting damp inside the suitcase, we removed it and put it in a bag that then promptly the Selphy fell out of into an ankle-deep puddle. And so after allowing it to dry for 72 hours, it works like a champ. So pretty good testimony for this little tiny thing that traveled with us on our trip last week. So again, you've got your different size photos. This would be 4x6. I left a little bit of white around it, but again, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that if you want it to be true 4x4, 4x3. That was just a test one, but it does show you that you can round the corners if you want. Another fun collage, two long ones, perfect for the alligators. The program that I'm going to show you does add text, and then again, changing the orientation from portrait to landscape. So let's look at how we made all of those cool photos with our Selphy printer. The Selphy printer does work with your phone, and that's how we're going to do that. We're going to work with an app called PicFrame. The Selphy printer also works with SD cards. There's an opening here, and then it does have two ports where you can plug cables in and connect it to your computer. You can also print direct from your camera with that cable. And then the other thing is that you can print from your iPad. One last fun little tip before I show you the program is that I did have people over for a Project Life party this past Saturday night, and I was able to have those present add the Canon Easy Print program to their phone. I simply gave them the password to my Canon, and they were able to send photos as they needed throughout the night to print and use in the pages that they were working on. So that was something fun. if you don't want to share your password, you can always just have them email you the photo, and then you can go ahead and send it to the little printer and print with them. So let's take a look at this program here that we want to work with. And if the lighting's a little bad, or there's a little bit of a reflection or glare that makes it hard for you to see, there are still images of this as well as a tutorial on my blog at remarkablycreated.com. So what we're going to work with is an app called PicFrame. PICFRAME, and I do have an iPhone, but I'm sure that there is something similar with Androids. So let's go ahead and let's click on this, and when it originally comes up, you'll see it'll say PicFrame. You'll have lots of different collages, and up here in the top corner you'll see that it says 3x2. Originally it usually says 1x1, and then you just want to click on 3x2. 3x2 is the ratio that gives you the prints for the Selphy printer, the 4x6 that you want without distorting your images, as you saw on all of the images that I showed you. I'm simply going to be able to import my photos into this collage. It sizes it appropriately, magically, and then prints them out. So it's absolutely wonderful to work with. So let's go ahead and let's pick a collage. And this one already has photos in it, but we can go ahead and let's just remove the photos. Oops, I don't want it as a shape. I want to remove the photo, Janet. Janet. Gosh, you're probably just laughing at me. I'm doing this upside down so that you guys can see it and there's the least glare. So you can see that the photos here are rounded. Up here under options, I can change that rounding. So I can just take this bar. Maybe I can. It's hard to do upside down. There you go. And I've gotten rid of that. I can also then drop shadow, and I can add shadows and things like that around it right there. I haven't played with the music feature yet. I haven't figured out why I would want to add photos to my collage. Maybe if I'm putting it on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. So that's where you're going to add your corners and your rounders. Then under style, you can change the color. So this is white right now, so I could change it to black. Okay, and you can go ahead and also change it to pattern. So you have all of your colors and things like that right here. Under label, this is where you would go ahead and you would add your labels. So you're going to be able to write in those lines right there, and you can see where I've added a third label, and I've got all these little white things hanging out. To add your photos, you're just going to click in the gray. Oops, and I want to add. No, I want to come over here, frame. Let's just get out of that for just a second. There we go. Now we're going to go to camera roll. Come on, Janet. Sorry, it's just harder than I thought doing this upside down. I should have practiced a few times. And then we're going to go to our camera roll, and let's just pick 2 photos. And now I've got 2 photos in there, and I can slide them around within the frame. The other thing that I can do is now I can slide them over. So I can just grab this. There we go. And you can see me start to drag it. See how this one's got skinnier and this one got wider? And as I start to drag it, there will be a gray box, and let's see if it'll show up for you. Anyway, there'll be a gray box that will show up right up here in the top. And you want to drag it until you see the number 200. When it says 200, you have a square, okay? And that's your 4x4 print. And then again, you can also just drag these now and get rid of the lines that are around them just by pulling. So you're going to be able to go ahead and get rid of all of those. Adjust. Boy, it doesn't like to work upside down. Either that or I don't like to work upside down. So with the adjust feature, you'll be able to drag and get rid of the different lines between it. Once you have it exactly the way that you want it to look, and let's just go ahead and let's just make this like that. We're going to hit share. We're going to save it. You could print direct from there. I like to save it to my camera roll and print from there. But again, right here under share, you could go ahead and you could print from there if you wanted to. But let's go back to the camera roll now. Photos. And there's one right there. And we're just going to hit the share button. Come over here to print. We'll select our printer. And we're going to hit print. And it's going to go ahead and it will print it out for us. And while we're waiting for it to print, let me show you the other program that I have on here. It's not one that I use as much. It doesn't have as many features as PicFrame, but it does have some different collage features. And so it's Pic Jointer, Jointer, and it also allows you to set the ratio to 3:2, and you've got photos that you can drop in. The reason why I like this one is just because it's got different collages. Again, it doesn't have as many options or features as Pick Frame, but it gives me a few more collages. So depending on what I'm trying to do, what kind of photos I'm trying to put together, I would have it. So just again as a reminder, you've got when you've split this in half, you've got your 4x3s, and of course you can drag them and you can stretch them, get rid of the white around it to go ahead, and that way you have true 4x4 and 4x3 if you want. You can also then round your corners, add text to it, do all kinds of fun things with it. So let's take a look at our photo that's coming off of our printer. You can see that it prints it a couple of different times. There we go. And what it does is it lays all the yellow down first, then it lays the reds, and then it lays the rest of the color. It's dry the moment that it comes out, so you can work with it. The Selphy paper does have these little tabs. That's what it uses to grab as it pushes and pulls it through the printer. And you're going to just go ahead and get rid of them. And then your finished piece is 4x6. And here you can see this is where I would have had the little labels with the words on it. Of course, I have these edges rounded, but you could square them. You can get rid of that white, again, as a reminder. So lots and lots of possibilities that are there for you. You could then cut them apart, and this would be 4x3. These are kind of fun when they're small. You can also add them to, you know, a journaling card or something like that. So you could have some fun with these really odd, smaller sizes that you're doing as well, too, by layering them, again, onto your journaling cards. So make sure you stop by remarkablycreated.com if it went a little fast. If you have questions, if you want to see screen grabs of the phone and the numbers or things like that, leave comments or questions in the comment section. I'm always willing to answer them, and I do have it set so that I'm notified of your questions. Also, you can visit remarkablycreated.com to purchase any of the Project Life products by Stampin Up, and also stop by to check out my virtual and live Project Life party that's happening later this month and ongoing monthly beginning in June as well. So I look forward to sharing Project Life with you. I look forward to sharing your memories with you. Have fun, take care, and God bless.